Alright, I want to start off by saying Kohala, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah Kwadash. Double honors to the apostles of GMS who rule well and who taught me this truth. And salutations to you fellow Akim out there listening, learning, and pushing this truth. And this might be a little long video. I got a couple scriptures I wanted to go into. But started off by playing this video that I found on RT today. This is from today. The title of it is We Must Always Be the Predator and Never the Prey. U.S. on Space Dominance. And this is from today, alright? And I got some scriptures lined up, but let's start with the video, alright? And like I said, it's called We Must Always Be the Predator and Never the Prey. U.S. on Space Dominance. It's from RT, alright?
Revisionist world powers have a new focus for their aggression. Their target? Space. They don't have to dominate it, just disrupt it.
Yeah, very slick presentation, and I discussed what appears to be a new space race with RT's Nikki Earn earlier.
The US has just unveiled its latest plan to fit sensors to its satellites, and it's not just its own satellites it's going to be doing that to, it's also its allies' satellites. And as we know, satellites key for communication, navigation and intelligence these days, especially in the scenario of war. And the fear or reason...
War. Slovakia. War. As usual. That's the flavor of the week, flavor of the month, flavor of the year. Flavor of the presence, war. And now, like I said, it's talking about war in space, which we know that's referring to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai returning with the mighty angels in the chariots.
Is that potential adversaries of the US may be capable of hacking or even disabling these satellites. So by sharing its situational data with its allies, the idea is that this
doomsday satellites and the space wars to come. So they're not even like making it seem like it's they're telling you it's coming. Doomsday satellites and the space wars to come, because they have all type of Esau has all type of shit out there, man. All type of satellites and missiles and shit to fight off Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai when he returns with the mighty angels, man, because he knows, they know.
This will deter any potential attacks. And it really is just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to spending in space, because in case you...
Just the tip of the iceberg, because you don't even... They don't release all the information. It's probably... Who knows how much stuff they got out there, man. Because they know. They know their time is getting shorter.
Weren't aware, space warfare is the big defense trend right now. It's the new black. And if you don't take...
It's a new big defense trend.
Want to take my word for it, here's the Air Force Secretary.
I cannot think of a military action that does not depend on space. Russia and China are developing capabilities to disable our satellites.
That's probably all bullshit. They're not really going to come out and say it,
And it seems like the big incentive for such a focus seems to be the capabilities of these potential adversaries with their own space programs. Of course, it's China and Russia. And there's this idea of a space war being promoted as something not too distinguishable from a video game. See if you can spot the difference between the actual Air Force Space Command promo video and a video game.
The United States Air Force has owned this high ground of space for decades. Other nations, other air forces only dream of making such a claim. But what if their dream became reality?
Never expect something you trust to turn against you.
Millions feel the effects. Banks, airports, infrastructure.
Left us open to full-scale invasion.
We'll compete, and we'll win.
I'm pretty lucky that you put the strappers on the screen there, because I wouldn't have been able to distinguish between the video game and what is now reality by the US Air Force. What's the big grand plan here?
Well, they're pouring billions into this new space technology.
Look how much money they dumping into it, man. Look how much money they putting into this space war. Wow, that's crazy. They know, man. They know. They know Yahweh Bashem Yahushua is returning. soon. Yahweh Shai, who you guys ignorantly call Jesus, Jesus Christ, is returning. And what you call a UFO, a major UFO, and followed by multiple UFOs, an innumerable amount of UFOs. And those UFOs are going to be the angels. And they're coming back to destroy this place, man. And to redeem the elect, 144,000, you know?
Roping in space whiz kids such as SpaceX's Elon Musk, who can show that he can not only deliver, he can do it quickly. You know, no need to wait around years and years for a
Anyway, you can watch the rest of that video if you want. It's another video that I wanted you to see right quick, and then I'm gonna get into the scriptures. All right, this is old. This is Ronald Reagan, right? Because Esau knows, man. Like Daniel says, they're wiser than thou. You know, there's no secret. They know. They search the scriptures. They know their judgment. They know that they're Edomites. They know everything. You know. They know we're the Israelites. They know their kingdom is fallen. They know. Anyway.
I couldn't help at one point in my discussions privately with General Secretary Gorbachev, when you stop to think that we're all God's children, wherever we may live in the world, I couldn't help but say to him, just think how easy his task and mine might be in these meetings that we held if suddenly there was a threat to this world from some other species from another planet.
Some other species, if suddenly, no, they know exactly what it is. He knows. He ain't gonna come out and say it, because he's a devil. But he knows. He knows exactly what that suddenly.
Outside in the universe, we'd forget all the little local differences, how easy his task and mine might be in these meetings that we held if suddenly there was a threat to this world from some other species from another planet. Outside of the universe, we'd forget all the little local differences that we have between our countries, and we would find out once and for all that we really are all human beings here on this earth together. Well, I don't suppose we can wait for some alien race to come down and threaten us, but I think that between us we can bring about that realization. In our obsession with antagonisms of the moment, we often forget how much unites all the members of humanity. Perhaps we need some outside universal threat to make us recognize
some outside universal threat. What could that outside universal threat be?
Is this common bound? I occasionally think how quickly our differences worldwide would vanish.
Exactly, because they're going to be in the midst of fighting themselves, World War III, and they're going to stop fighting, and then they're going to turn and fight against Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai and the mighty angels. That's what this does say the scriptures.
We were facing an alien threat from outside this world. And yet, I ask you, is not an alien force already among us? What could be more alien to the universal aspirations of our peoples than war and the threat of war?
Yeah, war. It's going to be war. It's going to be wars and rumors and wars. Why? Because that's what the Most High wants. Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai wants it. He wants to gather you guys up into the valley of Jehoshaphat to destroy yourselves. And then he's going to help destroy you. Well, finish you off.
I think maybe I'd answer it this way. I keep, in my frustration sometimes, actually, if you count some of the things going on in smaller countries and all, there have been about 114 wars since World War II. But I've often wondered, what if...
Damn, and that was back then. Could you imagine how many wars now? Holy shit. Esau, man, the sword, you don't mess around, boy. Heapeth all nations unto him, man. Don't worry, you'll vomit it back up.
If all of us in the world discovered that we were threatened by an outer power...
Power, Yahweh. God. God means power, Yahweh. He's the ultimate power, the only power, the supreme power, the true power of Israel, Yasharallah. Yes, yes, exactly. Look how he's pointing out. Yeah.
A power from outer space, from another planet. Wouldn't we all of a sudden think we're threatened by a power from outer space, from another planet? Wouldn't we all of a sudden find that we didn't have any differences between us at all? We were all human beings, citizens of the world, and
enough of that. Let's get into the scriptures. Because, like I said, Esau knows, man. Esau knows. All right. The first scripture I'm going to pull is Revelations chapter 1, verse 7. It says, "Behold, he cometh with clouds, and every eye shall see him, and they also which pierced him, and all kindreds of the earth shall wail because of him. Even so, amen." Okay? So let's dissect this, man. I love this scripture. All right? Okay, it's referring to Yahushua, okay, who you guys call Jesus Christ, okay? And it says, "Behold, he cometh with clouds." Those are the chariots, the so-called aliens, UFOs, right? It says, "And every eye shall see him." So the whole world is going to see. You're going to see by looking up. You're going to see through your little stupid-ass smartphones, through your news, your TVs. Everybody's going to see him, man. And it says, "And they also which pierced him." How can that be? That's reincarnation. Because the people that pierced him died thousands of years ago. But anyway, this not about that. Like I said, Esau knows, man. You don't understand. You may not get this scripture. You may not understand it. But we, the elect, man, the prophets do, starting with Apostle Tahar on down. We see it, we understand it, and Esau understands it. That's why he's dumping billions into that space program, that war in space, okay? It says, "Behold, he cometh with clouds, and every eye shall see him, and they also which pierced him, and all kindreds of the earth shall wail because of him." See? They're all going to wail, man. That's why they're going to fight, because they know that their time is up. You see? This is y'all kingdom. We're waiting on Yahweh Shem Yahushai's kingdom, our kingdom, that's going to reign forever. All right? All right. I got another scripture for you. Okay? This is Isaiah chapter 13. I'm going to start at verse 1. Because this is the Babylon that he was talking about. He didn't understand it back then, but he was talking about this, Isaiah, the vision that he saw, it was about this time. Okay? Esau knows it too. You may not see it, but Esau knows it. Okay? When we see it, the prophets here see it. The men of GMS, Great Millstone. Okay? It says Isaiah 13 and 1. "The burden of Babylon, which Isaiah the son of Amos did see." It says, "Lift ye up a banner upon the high mountain. Exalt the voice unto them. Shake the hand that they may go into the gate of the nobles. I have commanded my sanctified ones. I have also called my mighty ones for mine anger, even them that rejoice in my highness. The noise of a multitude in the mountains, like as of a great people, and a tumultuous noise of the kingdoms of nations gathered together. The Lord of hosts mustereth the host of the battle." Okay? I'm not going to really get in and break this down, because there's many brothers that broke this down. I've broken it down before. You know, I don't want to make the video too long, but Esau understands what this means. We understand what this means, okay? We understand that the Lord is gathering everybody up, man, for this battle of Armageddon, okay? You see what I'm saying? The Lord, Esau knows, and the men of the Lord know, okay? We understand that this is talking about the missiles, and this is talking about his angels and everything. We understand. We see. We are the seers. Okay? It says, "They come from a far country, from the end of heaven, even the Lord." See? We understand what's going on. It says, in Matthew, he said, he's come to send, to send fire on the earth, and what if it be kindled already? We understand. They've broken it down plenty of times, man. And the weapons of his indignation to destroy the whole land. Okay? I don't know how many times he's going to tell you Babylon, which is America, which is spiritually Sodom and Gomorrah, which is Egypt. You know, I'm not going to get the scriptures. We've talked about it over and over. This place is about to be destroyed, man. Not to mention other places. UK, you know, um, you know, with Damascus, you know, all that shit finna be on Salakia. All that shit finna be on fire. Alright? It says, how? Isaiah 13:6. How ye? For the day of the Lord is at hand. That's Yahweh, all caps. And it shall come as a destruction from the Almighty. Therefore shall all hands be faint, and every man's heart shall melt. I'm gonna drop that anyway. You can read this whole chapter is good, man. Okay? And this has been broken down many of times, man. I'm not about to break it down. I just wanted to prove my point. All these scriptures that I'm pulling, Esau knows exactly what it means. You guys may not know, but Esau knows, man. That's why he's dumping billions, man. You understand? Okay? So this is Isaiah 24:1. It says, behold, the Lord, that's all caps, Yahweh, maketh the earth empty, and maketh it, this whole chapter is good. Okay? This is Isaiah 24:1. Behold, the Lord Yahweh maketh the earth empty, and maketh it waste, and turneth it upside down, and scattereth abroad the inhabitants thereof. And it shall be as with the people, so with the priest, as with the servant, so with his master, as with the maid, so with her mistress, as with the buyer, so with the seller, as with the lender, so with the borrower, as with the taker of usury, so with the giver of the usury to him. The land shall be utterly emptied. So meaning nobody's going to escape, man. And utterly spoiled. For the Lord Yahweh has spoken it. The earth mourneth and fadeth away. The world languisheth and fadeth away. The haughty people of the earth do languish. The earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof. Why? Because the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. That's Job 9:24. Because who? Esau is ruling. Esau is the end of the world. That's why everything is turned upside down. He's the vessel of wrath fitted for destruction. He's the epitome of wrong. He's the counterpart he's our counterpart, man. We living in Bizarro land. Okay? Bizarro world or whatever. You understand? And he knows his time is up. He knows. Okay? Isaiah 24:5. The earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because they have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinances, broken the everlasting covenant. Exactly. Everything that the Lord said, they do the opposite of. No land Sabbath, no fucking fruits without fucking seeds, chemtrails, the other white meat, pork. This man is a devil, man. Homosexual, everything. Okay? Let me see if I want to get it out of this, man. Okay, this is the main point I want to get out of this. Isaiah 24:21. This is because, like I said, Esau knows. You can read this whole chapter, man. All right? Matter of fact, let me see. I'm going to start a little bit up some more. All right, I'm going to start here. Isaiah 24:17. Because this is referring to this. This is like a talking about what's coming, man. This is what this is a vision, man, that he had referring, what it said about Babylon, right? Well, we know it's talking about Babylon, which is America. Okay? Let me go back. It says Isaiah 24:17. And this show you that hell is not a place that you're gonna burn, man. Perfect if you have understanding. Isaiah 24:17. Fear and the pit. Well, that's what hell is supposed to be, right? No. That's what's talking about the missiles, man. The lake of fire, all that shit. That's talking about the missiles. Isaiah 24:17. Fear and the pit and the snare are upon thee, O inhabitant of the earth. And it shall come to pass, meaning it hasn't happened yet. You guys like to say, oh, that was in Bible times. This is out of the Old Testament. This is Isaiah. This hasn't happened yet. And it shall come to pass that he who fleeth from the noise of the fear shall fall into the pit. And he that cometh up out of the midst of the pit shall be taken into the snare. For the windows from on high are open, and the foundations of the earth do shake. What could do that, man? What can shake the whole foundations of the earth? And just you use your brain, man. This is the meta. This is trying to paint a picture, and it paints a beautiful picture if your eyes are open, man. You know, it says the earth is utterly broken down. The earth is clean dissolved. And if you look at pictures of Hiroshima and Nagasaki after they dropped the atom bomb, man, that shit was clean dissolved. And the missiles that they have now are 20 million times stronger. Not to mention the amount of missiles that are going to rain upon this place, man. As an Esau knows, he knows his judgment. He's trying to run from it. That's why he wants to go to Mars. That's why he wants to go to the bottom of the earth. Salakia. That's why he wants to go to the bottom of the ocean. This man want to chop his head off and freeze himself and come back 100 years later. He make movies about it. The 100 and all this shit. This man running from his judgment, man. Just like Cain was running from his judgment. You see? This man is running. Why? Because he knows. He knows. It says the earth is utterly broken down. The earth is clean dissolved. The earth is moved exceedingly. The earth shall reel to and fro like a drunkard, and shall be removed like a cottage, and the transgression thereof shall be heavy upon it, and it shall fall and not rise again. But we know the earth is not going to be destroyed. The scriptures tell you that. Okay? And it shall come to pass in that day, right? Meaning it hasn't happened yet. It shall come to pass in that day. That's when Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai returns with the mighty angels, man. Okay? That's what Esau is talking about. That day, they're going to stop fighting each other, and they're going to turn and fight the Lord, man. Why? Why? Because they know the scriptures. It says, Isaiah 24 and 21, and it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord, that Yahweh, shall punish the host of the high ones that are on high. That's the people that's really running this shit, man. They know. You Rothschilds, you Vanderbilts, you DuPonts, you Gettys, all you motherfuckers, the ones we don't even know, all you motherfuckers. That they know. That's who's running shit. And it says, and it shall come to pass that you ones that you synagogue of Satan that fund wars and play with people's lives, you devils. And it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall punish the hosts of the high ones that are on high, and the kings of the earth upon the earth. Okay? And they shall be gathered together as prisoners are gathered in the pit. Okay? Meaning they're going to go into slavery, man. And shall be shut up in the prison. And after many days they shall be visited. Okay? And that's what they know. Okay? Then the moon shall be confounded and the sun ashamed when the Lord of hosts, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, shall reign in Mount Zion and in Jerusalem, and before his ancients gloriously. Exactly. That's what they don't want. They know. That's why they're going to fight. Okay? Alright. This is Jeremiah. I'm making this kind of long, but who cares, man? You don't want to watch it, turn the fucking video off. Alright? Got a couple more scriptures to get into. I'm going to start at Jeremiah. This whole chapter is good too, man. Read the whole scriptures, man. But Jeremiah 49 and 12. I'm going to start at 12. For thus saith the Lord Yahweh, behold, they whose judgment was not to drink of the cup have assuredly drunken. Talking about us, okay? The Israelites. And art thou he shall, Salakia, and art thou he that shall altogether go unpunished, meaning you, Esau, okay? Thou shalt not go unpunished, but thou shalt surely drink of it. Yeah, because Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai is coming back for your ass. For I have sworn by myself, saith the Lord, that Basra, which is America, shall become a desolation. Okay? Why? Through the missiles and through them chariots. A reproach and a waste and a curse, and all the cities thereof shall be perpetual waste. I have heard a rumor from the Lord. Yeah, that's from Yahweh. And an ambassador is sent unto the heathen, saying, gather ye together and come against her, and rise up to battle. For lo, I will make thee small among the heathen, and despised among men. Thy terribleness hath deceived thee, Esau. Okay? Call it like it is. Thy terribleness have deceived thee, Esau, and the pride of thine heart, O that dwelleth in the clefts of the rock. You Caucasians, you cave dwellers. Okay? Talking about that's not what Caucasian means. Yes, we know the scriptures identify you thoroughly. Okay? Can't run from it. And I got Obadiah on deck for that ass. Okay? Thy terribleness have deceived thee, and not to mention you build them damn skyscrapers, which reminds you of Petra. Okay? Thy terribleness have deceived thee, and thy pride of thine, because you very proud. Just like the video said. What the name of the thing was? We must always be the predator and never the prey. That's proud, very proud. Prey, like eagles. An eagle is one of the top preys. We're going to get to that anyway. Thy terribleness hath deceived thee, and the pride of thine heart, O thou that dwelleth in the clefts of the rock, that thou holdest the height of the hill. Thou that shouldest make it thy nest as high as the eagle, I will bring thee down from thence, saith the Lord. Okay? It says, also Edom shall be a desolation. Everyone that goeth by it shall be astonished, and shall hiss at all the plagues thereof. As in the overthrow of Sodom and Gomorrah. And this place is Sodom and Gomorrah. This is worse than Sodom and Gomorrah. And the neighbor cities thereof, saith the Lord. No man shall abide there, neither shall a son of man dwell in it. Alright? I'm going to drop that. Because, we go precept upon precept. The same damn judgment is written in Obadiah. Okay? Obadiah chapter 1, verse 1. It's only one chapter, but Obadiah verse 1. The vision of Obadiah. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, concerning Edom. We have heard a rumor from the Lord Yahweh, an ambassador is sent among the heathen. Arise ye and let us rise up against her in battle. Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen, thou art greatly despised. The pride of thine heart have deceived thee, like I said, the same thing. Thou that dwelleth in the clefts of the rock, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? Exactly. Thou exalt thyself as an eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, thence will I bring thee down, saith the Lord. And that's talking about what you was talking about, your space wars. Your space wars. That's exactly why I was saving this for last. You damn devils, man. It exposes you. And it says, who shall bring me down to the ground? Exactly. Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai and them so-called aliens are going to bring you down. Okay? Anyway. I just got this one to prove for you naysayers that don't think chariots and all that stuff is in the scriptures. Okay? This is obvious. If you can't see that you blind as a bat. Okay? It says there's no new thing under the sun. Alright? So everything keeps coming back. Everything is the same. We keep coming back. Chariots. Okay? The chariots were back then. The chariots are now. Okay? So quick. There's so many scriptures I could pull on it. I just wanted to pull a quick one on the chariots. So this is 2 Kings 2:1, referring to Elijah. It says, and it came to pass when the Lord Yahweh would take up Elijah into heaven by a whirlwind. That's talking about a chariot. That Elijah went with Elisha from Gilead, Salakia. That Elijah went with Elisha from Gilead. And Elijah said unto Elisha, tarry here, I pray thee, for the Lord Yahweh has sent me to Bethel. And Elisha said unto him, as Yahweh liveth, and as thy soul liveth, I will not leave thee. So they went down to Bethel. Let me get to the main point that I wanted to get to, that it proves that it's a chariot. Bear with me, Salakia. I think it's around okay, right here. It says, this is 2 King. Remember, it said he came, what did it say? In a whirlwind, right? So this is 2 Kings 2:12. And Elisha saw it. So I'm gonna start up a little more. 2 Kings 2:11. It says, and it came to pass as they still went on and talked, that behold, there appeared a chariot of fire. Okay, that's talking about a so-called UFO and horses of fire. Well, of course, it's a meta trying to paint a picture. It wasn't really horses on fire. You know, he couldn't describe. You thinking thousands of years ago? How did you never seen a damn plane or what? How else you gonna describe it? You never even seen a car. You understand? So he described it as best as he could. Powerful. You understand? And it came to pass as they went on and talked that behold, there appeared a chariot of fire and horses of fire and parted them both asunder. And Elijah went up by a whirlwind into the heavens. So meaning it beamed him up, like you see in Star Trek or whatever, whichever one. Beam me up, Scotty. I don't remember who the hell says this. And Elisha saw it and he cried, my father, the chariot of Israel. Exactly. That's how the elect is going to be redeemed. We're going to get beamed up. Lord willing, we're part of the elect. We're going to get beamed up, but right before the missiles hit. And he saw him no more, and he took hold of his own clothes and rent them into pieces. Okay, because it baffled him. You see, could you imagine, man, when them chariots come and crack the skies? But he's like, well, anyway, I ain't rambling on too much, man. I think I proved my point. Like I said, you may not see it, you scoffers may not see it, but the prophets see it. All these scriptures, they know exactly what time it is, man. They know exactly what time it is. Let me close it out on Reagan. What Reagan said again. They know exactly what time it is.
Discovered that we were threatened by an outer power from. What if all of us in the world discovered that we were threatened by an outer power from outer space, from another?
See, they've discovered it already, man. They already know. They know you guys are asleep. You understand? But anyway, with that, I'm gonna say shalom.